gotta pay the troll toll to get in.
Oh yeah, Mike, will you intro us?
I loved how you did some pre-roll trolling.
Me?
Mike just there.
Me?
Welcome to the Troll Hole, the podcast where your favorite comedians trash the troll so you don't have to. Reach in, pull it out. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Lester. With me, as always, is a guy that'll never not think reach in, pull it out is not funny. Ben Katzner here.
It's just a catch me by surprise every time. Hey, everybody, thank you for tuning in. With us today, we have a amazing comedian, very funny, at Sisyphus all weekend, but, you know, you're not, it's going to be over by the time they're here. Mike Recine, everybody.
Thank you.
Mike. Thanks for being
having
here. Me. This is a Troll Hole podcast. We take on your trolls so you don't have to, okay? That's what we're here to do. But the question we like to ask each other before we even get into anything is, did anybody say anything weird to you this week?
This week?
This week.
Yeah.
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 Something. Yeah. Well, because you asked me, you were like, "Do you have any like classic?"
I did, yeah.
And then I was like, "What am I, a psycho? Do I keep screenshots?"
That is the hard part, yeah.
But you do have some that you remember and that kind of stick in your crawl, as they say.
If you don't physically screenshot them, they're screenshotted to your soul. So they're burned in there. I got
and
you.
there are some that haven't really left my. But I have. Yeah, I was tweeting. Oh, I posted something.
And you're heavily active on
You
Twitter.
have a great Twitter.
I'm pretty active. Yeah.
Great Twitter.
Thanks.
Yeah. Good follow.
I found a thing recently where you can mute people who don't follow you. So now if somebody wants to call me a fat piece of shit, they have to follow me first. And I don't really care if people talk shit and they're following me.
Yeah,
you know?
that's fair.
And if you're not following me, I just don't want to see it. And you can follow me if you want me to see it.
We just learned. I think you gave us a
That's
gift here.
it's a great feature.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because you're not being, what's the word? You're not being a bitch about it. Because if they follow you,
Como se dice?
it's on the tip of my tongue. A little pussy bitch.
And those are the kinds of things I feel like you tweet out.
You want people to have some access to you.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
that's fine.
Yeah. I would agree with that. You don't want to completely block everybody out.
Yeah.
But
I still haven't really figured out how to deal with the haters and the trolls. It's hard because people go like, oh well, don't give them the satisfaction, don't let them, and then if you respond to them, they go, well, like, oh, I can't believe you're responding to me. I'm in a hole right now eating dirt and you're responding. You're a loser because I'm nobody. You understand? I fuck my cousin in a trailer. Like they start like insulting themselves. Like, do you realize what a fucking loser I am? No, do you realize I'm covered in diarrhea at the moment right now? I'm between shifts at Subway sandwiches, and then my third job is I'm Jared's publicist. I'm the biggest piece of garbage that's ever lived.
And they're just
so you're a loser for responding to me, and then you become the loser. But then you don't want to think of people that way. You don't want to think of your potential audience. I'm not better than anybody.
No.
I want everybody to come to my shows, buy a ticket, hang out, say hi. Not for too long, Don't say hi and get the hell out of it.
Get the full Mike Recine experience.
Yeah. Say hello. Realize I'm not that interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not that funny off the cuff.
Look at the merch. Don't buy it. Take off.
Get
loudly talk to the future and be like, actually, I liked you a little bit better.
Oh, that's always the worst, bro. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just within earshot.
Get buffalo sauce on the merch. Don't buy
licking their fingers, counting their money, but not giving it to you.
Yeah.
That did happen to me once. There was a guy who featured for me, and he was like, he did very well every show. Yeah. And his name was Larry XL. And everybody, and I just like after the show, I would just like hide in the back because I knew everybody wanted to talk to him.
Did he have a catchphrase?
No, but he was just like a big guy.
Okay.
Shout out. I'm sure he's still working.
Yeah,
I have nothing.
Sure
I don't want to smoke. I don't want to smoke with Larry XL.
No.
You just got yourself a new troll, buddy.
Yeah. Right.
Larry XL.
I don't want him to find me and sit on me. I have nothing negative to say about Larry XL.
XL isn't. I mean, obviously, I'm a big dude, but XL, I feel like I would say triple. If I'm going to be a comedian, I'm Larry triple XL.
Yeah.
He wasn't that big though.
Yeah, but it's funnier to be a little bit. XL is just
Yeah.
like, you're Midwest skinny.
Yeah.
Remember that one comic that went by Big Heavy around
No.
here? Oh, he's the best.
Gotta
Really?
be dead.
He was performing shirtless before Bert.
There was a guy in
Is that
Jersey
true?
named There's a guy in Jersey named Big Love who passed away.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Damn.
love it.
Should we change our names?
And he would like play
Big Love is great.
he would come up on stage with a boombox and he would like do a joke and then hit play and he would play Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake and start dancing and then hit pause and go back to his routine.
Dude,
Bouncy Ben.
the comedian. Okay, all right. The comedians who do. Oh, also, we didn't introduce Neil.
We got Neil here.
Producer Neil. Oh, sorry, Neil.
Oh, good. You guys are killing it.
Neil, what would be your stage name if you were stand up?
Neil.
Okay,
All right.
pretty good. Just Neil.
Pretty good.
Just Neil, but like the K-N-E-L.
Oh, okay.
It's funny if
Yeah.
your name was like Shiny and you just did jokes like like me. Like if you were just like, hey, what's your favorite? So I was on a date with my wife the other day. She's going for Shiny.
Yeah.
You just never reference it at all.
Like,
Yeah.
Your next
Who
comedian
are
is
the best?
Traveling Todd, the comedy guy, and then it's like, hey, you
Yeah.
guys on Tinder or what are you doing?
Yeah.
yeah. That's
What's
fun.
who's the best? What's the best like one name comedian?
Earthquake?
You
Earthquake
think?
is great.
What about Samore?
Oh fuck! What about
Samore might be
Lunel?
better. But what is Lunel? Samore is like you.
Oh,
know.
are you saying who's the best comedian or what's
Or
the
what
best
is
name?
just
All
the
right,
best
I
name?
guess I'm thinking like, yeah, who's the best? But also, what is the best name? I think Samore is probably the best name because it's
Pretty
like
good.
it's like it sounds like a name, but it's kind of you know what
Yeah.
you're getting.
It's not one name, but the best like name I've ever run into is the disgruntled clown. You ever run into him?
Yeah, but he's not like a good comic.
No,
right?
no, but it's just like a great name.
Is it?
He's memorable. He's got his Facebook URL on his truck still.
We also got
Really?
we also got IHOP. That's one word.
That who's
Yeah.
IHOP?
The comedian that comes in, he has one leg.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
No, I know his real name, and I'm
That's
not
pretty
calling him
good.
IHOP.
That's what he
that's
says
fine.
on stage. I don't know his real name.
I've been around too fucking long.
That's like a street joke, though, right?
Oh yeah.
The bitch with one leg who got to work at IHOP. I don't know. Or it's like women with one. Sorry, excuse me. Women with one leg who work at IHOP.
No, on this podcast, they're bitches. Okay, actually, we're leaning into that.
Yeah.
Just
I guess
kidding,
I have
we
to
love our
stop
bitches.
saying bitch
Why do you feel that way?
because it's like a gendered slur, I guess. And Gen Z is becoming of age where they can buy tickets.
Are you
So you got to adapt a little bit. You gotta-
Mike's always thinking about business. He's
am,
not
yeah.
thinking about right or wrong.
It is kind of like it is. It does feel dated to be like, hey, bitch, hey, this bitch.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing. I feel like
Listen.
you say bitch in a different way than maybe some other. I feel like a lot of people get away with like, man, this bitch,
Yeah, yeah.
But I feel like you're like, when I hear you do your set, very funny. But if you're putting a bitch in there, it's a hard bitch. It's not like
Right.
it's not like I love this bitch.
It's
It's
a
like this
meaningful-
bitch cut me
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
A
Which is
meaningful
cool. That's why I
bitch.
like it.
It's like when but when white guys say it, it's like this bitch. This.
there is very much a racial delineation
Yeah.
along the lines of like who says bitch in a hurtful way. And
Yeah. Right.
But nobody listens to this podcast because we haven't put it out yet. So who
Yeah.
knows?
Nice.
We could love that. People could love us saying bitch a lot.
What's like the longest like thread you've gotten into with the troll on Twitter? Like, is there like has it been days? Like, have you gone back and forth with some?
Maybe
Great
sometimes
question.
sometimes we'll go into the DMs.
Oh,
We'll go into the DMs. I'll be like, I forget what I said, but I got into it with this one guy, and I try not to let the fight go on for too long because it's
Sure.
like we're both, we both shouldn't be. We're both grown men. We shouldn't be yelling at each other.
You've got a family.
We shouldn't be. Yeah. Sometimes I'll be like on my way to daycare, just on my phone, and I'll be like, "What the fuck?"
you assume you're both grown men too. You could just
Yeah.
be getting dogged by a fucking middle schooler.
But my move on Twitter is I'll say something back and then I mute, so then I don't have to see whatever they said. So then we don't fight all
yeah.
day. It's
Yeah.
like you hit him with the, you lob the missile and then you hide.
These are some gems. This is not just a podcast. This is like a
Yeah.
master class
Yeah.
in like how to
Sure,
take care of.
sure.
That's pretty good.
Because I do, yeah. I mean, I guess I don't have such a big following that I don't see the mentions. But I think everybody sees their mentions in their DMs. It's
Every
like
single
everybody,
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest people are like, I don't know, I don't check.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, you do. You
Right,
know. I
right,
know every now
right.
and then you go like if it's on IG, you go to that like requested whatever
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You see somebody in there. 'cause you're
Natalie
looking for
Portman has
things.
seen my DMs.
And the blood messages you left on her wall.
Yeah. Hey, check out my Jar Jar costume.
Is this you doing a
She's seen
helicopter with
all
your
of it.
dick in there?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what DMs did you what DMs did you get that you?
Well, sometimes on Twitter, somebody talks shit. Sometimes
Yeah.
I'll go into the DMs. But yeah, like I said, you just lob one and then you mute, and that's it. And then sometimes, yeah, if they go like hard, I'll DM them.
sure.
And be like,
you DM them.
yeah.
That's interesting.
And sometimes I'll be like, I live in Brooklyn. If you want to pull up.
Which is like that does feel like a very credible thing, but notice you're not saying what part of Brooklyn. You're not like saying
Yeah.
where.
Sometimes I'll say I live in downtown Brooklyn.
Okay.
Which is kind of a lie. I live near downtown Brooklyn.
I think that's a funny thing. Like
yeah.
if you know they're in Harlem, you're like, I live in downtown Brooklyn. You're like, they're never coming here.
Yeah.
They're never gonna go that
Yeah.
far for that.
But I did get into it with a guy, and he was like, because he, I told like a personal story on a podcast, and
Yeah.
he was like kind of giving me shit about it, and so we got into it in the DMs, and I was like, yeah, I live in Brooklyn. He was like, I literally work at the Planet Fitness in Flatbush.
So he's
And I was
cut,
like,
dude.
I think so. Yeah,
He's
he's got a
cut.
free
Yeah, that's
membership,
so funny.
and he probably steals the protein powder. Yeah. So I guess it's time to buy a gun.
yeah.
You know. But I forget what I said. I think I came back. I forget, but it's like I love when they give you. It's nice when they give you something.
Yeah.
You know.
Of course.
But yeah, sometimes I'll go into the DMs and I'll be like, yeah, well, you know, what's up, pussy? I live in downtown Brooklyn. Come
What's
find
up,
me.
pussy?
It's like the Jersey in me. I can't fight. You know, I never knew how to fight.
Okay.
I've never won a fight or been in a fight, but I like to think I'm not afraid of getting my ass kicked.
You've
know?
never won a fight, never been in a fight, never lost a fight.
Never
Yeah.
lost a fight.
Can
Well,
we
just
say
to
that?
my dad, I guess. when he
Hey, you and me both,
when
brother.
he did his weapon select screen, and he hit belt, and I couldn't do the weapon select screen.
The ultimate
You
troll
know?
is just hitting your kid with a, I don't know, household item. I
Yeah.
got the wooden spoon. You ever get a wooden spoon?
Yeah,
Never got a wooden spoon. I got the hand.
you did.
I got the hand.
Yeah.
My dad skipped the weapon selecting with
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean my clock. Yeah.
It's not good.
He's got some mitts on him too.
And I was texting my wife today, and she sent me a picture of our kid, and I go, he's looking like he's getting fat. And she goes, please don't say that. And I
he
go,
doesn't care.
yeah, but I go, yeah, no, it's okay, because I was a fat kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I don't want him to be just a fat fucking loser like me. And then I was like, oh, that feels so shitty. It feels so shitty to say that about a child or
Yeah.
like to a child.
But also
you know?
about yourself. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you should be kind to yourself.
Yeah, you're
I mean,
hurting past
But
you.
it's honesty.
I didn't have 2 sold out shows at Sisyphus this weekend because I was kind to myself. Though. You know,
Third
I
one
burned
added.
my nipples until Courtney answered my emails. So
Wait.
yeah, sometimes you got to break some of your own eggs.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll do
Yeah.
that. You
But
mentioned
it's
your
like-
wife. Can we talk
Yeah.
about it? What we were talking about before? Or,
Sure, but do you want to go back to like the DM exchange?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you
Yes.
have actual ones that you were going to pull up for us?
Yeah, well, there was a guy that was in my DMs this week, and I posted something about. I've been pretty vocal about Israel Palestine.
Yes.
Yeah, you're pro Israel.
Very pro Israel. I go there in when I was 18 to get my penis sucked.
I don't even. If anyone's mad at
That's
that,
the
I don't even
social
know what
clip.
accent that
That's
was.
supposed to be. I was trying to do an Israeli accent on the fly.
That's the social clip right there for the Mike Recine episode.
I go on birthright to get my penis sucked.
It's like Borat.
Oh, okay, all right. It's just a bad accent's just as fun.
This is awesome.
Less offensive. I
All
think.
right.
Yeah.
So I posted myself wearing a Trump hat, and I said, I don't love Trump. I don't like what Democrats are doing, and I said Trump's going to fix the Middle East because he's a businessman.
Okay.
You know?
Nah, no one would take that negatively.
Yeah, I don't know how anyone would have any thoughts or feelings about that either way.
So this guy responded. He said, so I have a brother with special needs. He said, you are as retarded as your brother. Go eat some meatballs, fatso. And then I came back. I said, suck my dick and keep my brother's name out of your mouth. I live in downtown Brooklyn if you want to come see me.
Again.
I said,
Coming back again.
I said, like, dude, you are such a fucking loser if that's the reaction you have to a post. It's clearly a joke. I feel bad for you. And then I start looking up, and he's got other he's other.
Oh,
Get
he's
Deb,
like DM'd you multiple times.
he's replied to
before?
my stories, yeah.
Ooh.
Get Deb an ice cream cake, you Ginzo Wop Fanuc, was another message that he sent me.
Okay, can I say like that? Those words aren't okay, but that's good. Like he's just that's marital
I know,
advice.
I was like,
it's
if
like
I
Deb
read
loves
this-
ice cream cakes.
So
Yeah.
this is IG too. This is Instagram.
This is IG. This is a
Wow.
little more personal.
Yeah.
But I did, like I said, I muted the unfollowers.
What
the
was-
replies from the unfollowers? You can't let bullies. These people are bullies.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They have the hearts of bullies.
Yeah.
You're trying to do something. We're all trying to do something positive in the world. I think. I mean, Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. But the idea is that,
Calling
like,
your kid a fat piece of shit.
me, I know. No, but I said that felt really gross. That's what that's where I was going with that.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that tangent.
Yeah.
It felt really gross to say that about my kid. To say
Interesting.
that about a child. To think that about a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's a child who doesn't, to be like, you're fat.
Yeah.
And that's the shit that I got when I was younger. So I
Sure.
was like, I'm never going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give him, hormones and
I'm never gonna do that. I'll never let him be fat. It'll never happen. He's in the weight room
I'm
right
just going
now.
to be a sweet millennial dad who lets him change his gender every week.
Yeah. Slip him Ozempic.
Yeah.
That's
But
fuck. I just had a question. I forgot what it was. So,
So-
what was the ice cream cake thing? Was that in? Do you know
it was,
what that was?
no, I don't know what it was a response to.
Because I was like, maybe. That's a random thing to say if
Yeah.
you weren't talking about ice cream cake.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't understand how guy is clearly like because he mentioned Rich Voss in another message.
Sure.
So he's like from that fandom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how are you? Rich Voss, you're like an Opie and Anthony guy, but you like love Israel. I said, bro, I'm looking at your other messages, bro. You got to go to therapy if this is how you interact with people. Life is going to pass you by. You're going to die angry if you stay on this path, but I wish you the best. Good luck. So it's always, I try to.
Pretty
That's great.
fucking good.
That's great.
Yeah. So, and he didn't respond. So I'm hoping that he shot himself. That's what you got to do. You got to go as personal as you can. You got to find the thing. You got to find whatever you can find. Now, a lot of times, these people, they're cowards. They're anonymous. They live in a diarrhea basement. They're losers.
I like
They'll
you-
tell you that they're losers.
I like that this
They work
podcast
at
will
Planet
come
Fitness
out.
for less
Yeah.
than minimum wage.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was even gonna, but I don't want to be so mean where I go like, you fucking wage slave piece of shit.
Sure.
That's a shitty thing to say.
Yeah, I mean, you're anti-capitalist anyway, right?
I am anti-capitalist.
Yeah, so you can't-
I just called Planet Fitness and got him fired. I sent screenshots.
Like you got everybody fired. You're like
Yeah.
the way you're treating your employees, everybody
Yeah.
wants to unionize, and they're like, okay,
Yeah.
we'll let them go.
But that's something I would never mess with somebody's like livelihood or something like that.
Sure.
I would just
That's too
find a
far.
picture of their kid and I would comment on that. No, I don't know. But you got to use what you have. So I'm hoping this guy did
Yeah.
some like reflecting. I don't want to block him or anything because then they get the satisfaction.
Yeah. It's
You
like,
know?
oh,
You're gonna
Mike
get a-
Recine blocked me, and they make it an Instagram
They
story
make it
and
a
shit
thing.
like coward. Fucking Mike
Right,
Recine
right,
can't
right,
take it.
right.
Does he have an actual profile, or is it just a
No.
burner?
No, it's
Is it
just a burner.
no picture, no
It's always a
post?
bummer when you really want
It
someone
sucks.
who has something that you
This
can
is
lock
his
onto.
profile picture. Yeah, you want
It's
something.
a penguin in a Olympic
It's a penguin
medal,
in like a Limp Bizkit hat.
which is kind of sick.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Snapback hat.
Yeah,
He works at Lids.
that's not bad
Just
at all.
fucking-
I don't know.
Seems like
Yeah,
a cool guy. Too bad he shot himself. That sucks, man.
yeah. Too bad I defeated him.
You're gonna get a message from his sister, and it's just like, hey,
He still follows me.
well, you could,
Oh, he's got some
You could ghost
pictures
follow.
though, right?
No, it's just that's his whole feed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
oh, I see a
Yeah.
Biden cartoon. I'm sure that's fun.
yeah.
You're gonna get an obit from his sister someday.
Yeah, exactly.
to this.
But it's not anything. I mean,
Mike
you
Tyler
never
was
know.
a good man until he saw Mike Racine's Twitter. I don't know.
Ice cream
Yeah, I
cake
don't know what the fuck
post
he's
or
talking
whatever he was
Yeah,
angrily reacting to.
that could be a fun movie where it's like one of your trolls, takes his own life, and then he's got a brother who's like coming out of prison and tries to get. Now you're dragged into a war
Nice.
with, his family.
Yeah. It's
No,
a
it's just
manhunt.
an online war. It's
Yeah.
just you going back and forth your
Yeah.
family photos and shit. You're like, you know what, your dog, ugly piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll kill your dad. You know?
And I'm surprised that no one's ever like you don't hear about people meeting up with their trolls or like their trolls doing anything.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That
I think
would be
it's
amazing. Do you mean just like in general, or do you mean like as like a reality show or something?
like sometimes I think like what if some of these people find out where I am one night and try to
Yeah.
you know? But I don't think they are. I don't think they.
That's never happened.
It's
They've
never
never gone
happened.
like out of their way.
It's never
to
happened to anybody.
Find you at a show.
No.
Yeah.
That's never happened to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good reality show, though.
Yeah.
Meet
Finding
your
your
troll
trolls.
face to
Yes,
face.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like 12 years old.
But
I thought about that.
You meet a at the
You never
McDonald's
know.
play place.
That's the thing. You never know who you're arguing with.
I'm contractually obligated
Yeah.
to bitch slap you right now. Sorry, I don't care
Yeah.
if you're 12 or not. You're getting
Yeah.
these hands, son.
Yeah.
You know.
The
Yeah.
producer said so. I gotta,
I'm
open palm you.
Yeah.
I gotta,
But I would say no matter where you are in your career, you have to keep some distance between yourself and these people because you don't want to like you don't want to getting into your. I mean, we're all human. Like you don't want to getting into your psyche and then you start. You know.
don't want to waste energy on it either. It's
Yeah.
like you have only so much mental energy, and it's like
Right.
you also have a family. So it's like
Because
you gotta-
the reason that we love Lizzo is because she has millions of people being like you're fat and disgusting, but she doesn't let it in,
yes.
and that's what's so So it's like to be confident and to love yourself in the face of all this hatred that you're getting. That's how you win. So you got to keep some distance. Like so
You
many
just
people.
maintained eye
Bringing Lizzo
contact
into it
the
is
whole
just
time.
So many people,
driving traffic to us, and I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, it's something about the, I don't know, whoever it is. It's like being yourself in the face of hatred
Sure.
is powerful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That ain't
You know?
me, dog. Oh, my cat. This is
But I've
This kitten.
I've definitely had moments where people talk shit and they go, and then I start thinking like, oh, maybe I don't know, maybe I am a little annoyed, maybe I am a little cringe.
Sure.
You don't
yeah.
want
We're all
you
a
don't,
little. We're comedians. We're all a
of
little
course. But if you listen to every single person who didn't like you, you wouldn't be
Yeah.
anything.
Also, what the fuck do they know? They don't do comedy.
Yeah, I mean, my mom
know?
knows a lot about me, but other than that,
Yeah.
other than that,
Yeah.
they don't fucking
You ever
know.
gotten it from family members?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, my family's very conservative.
Yeah.
And so they don't like any kind of like vulgar comedy or
Sure.
anything. They don't like. So, yeah, I have like, my mom came to my special taping,
This is good. We have
Yeah.
what's the parent burn? What's our corner that we're doing?
Oh, it's like a game where it's like, is it mom text or is it a troll?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
these
Yeah.
are these are perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
doing a special taping. Your mom is talking to you.
and then a week later we had lunch and she was like, I think you're very funny. Which I'm like, how do you think I'm funny? You don't see any of my stuff,
Yeah.
And she's like, but he's like, well, you're too old to be saying pussy. Like, she said the words.
Too old.
Yeah. You're too old to be saying pussy. I don't know, but I don't know how to make a joke funny without saying pussy.
Yeah, it's a great word.
I would argue
Yeah.
it's impossible. to
Pussy
be
and
honest.
bitch. We got to keep them.
Yeah.
They got to stay in there.
But I think at some point I'm gonna have to stop
Sure.
saying it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that was it. Your mom was just like,
Pretty good.
that's always the worst when they're like, I think you're really funny. That's when you know they're gonna drop something on
Yeah,
you.
something
Yeah.
hurtful's coming.
Yeah.
I got a new in-law burn.
Ooh, because
It
they're in
wasn't
town.
even they're in town.
Yeah,
They're visiting.
nice.
It wasn't. I don't think it was meant to be a burn, but it cut me to my core.
That's the way they always go, though, right? Yeah.
So we just moved from New York to Minneapolis. Their in-laws are visiting.
It's funny you didn't call me to help you with that move.
I can't afford you. You're doing too well now, dog. You don't need me. You got sold out shows everywhere.
Yeah.
And,
Did you get a good deal though on the move?
We drove a U-Haul from New York to here.
How's
and
that?
Almost died every step of the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
It can be tough.
I had never driven in New York. The first time driving New York was driving the U-Haul out, which was fun.
Yeah.
But definitely I was a little dicey.
Yeah.
And it was like a gas guzzling. Every toll we had to go through was
Yeah.
exponentially more
Yeah,
expensive
yeah,
than
yeah.
it should have been.
Yeah.
And it's big, so when it was windy, it was like doing this shit.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
But we made it. You know what I mean? That's we're here, and now that we're here, settled in our new house, the in-laws are
in-laws,
over, and this morning, pre coming to this podcast, I was just talking to one of them, and we're just kind of watching like Harry Potter or something, just not talking to each other. It's just on. You know when something's just on TV and you're like, we're both here, and that's fine. Like that's
What do you even like talk to your in-laws about?
Well, this was the fun question that just came out of nowhere. It was, so do you feel like you've given up on your dream? That's
What?
Wait, was this like unprompted? Just like you're watching Prisoner of Azkaban and they just drop that bomb.
Goblet of fire. Goblet of fire.
What kind of question is that?
It was just a
hurtful one.
Midwest dad question that was just kind of, I think he's very worried that I'm going to leave his daughter.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing he thinks. I think he thinks I got a better dick than I do.
No,
and he thinks I can just slang and bang as much as I want.
When in actuality, it's the other way around.
Yeah. She's got her dick is way better than mine, for sure.
Yeah.
So I think
he's just imagining you on Comedians in Cars getting coffee, and he's like, "Oh no, that's gonna blow up, and he's gonna get so much strange."
So it's just So I think this is a running question.
I gotta ask you, is my daughter's pussy tight enough for you? You know, she might not.
Like, no, she comes from good genes. Come on. You got a tight asshole. She's got a tight pussy.
Are the parents like pressuring you two to have kids? Is that a thing? Because that's what I'm getting from my in-laws.
I can't believe that someone would want you.
They want my offspring.
So crazy.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the idea, knowing your family too.
It's
they're
not
like,
going to be
you gotta
good.
have a kid. You don't have to.
That kid's going to come out on like 5 antipsychotic meds.
It's so funny, dude. We get a little. It's weird because on that side, so on the in-law side, there's one grandbaby already, and there's about to be another one, but we're still getting a little like, but it would be nice. And I'm like, this feels racial. You know what I mean? I'm the only black person in this. Soup of
He's
whatever.
like, so when are you going to reproduce with my daughter? You're like, Rich, do you have to call it that? Do you have to call it reproducing?
Right after, have you given up on your dreams?
The other grandkids, are they mixed race?
No, there's one's on the outside. That's a little white baby.
Yeah.
The other one will be white, but with a little bit of she's Croatian and Serbian, the mother. Okay. So
but circling back, how do you respond to that question, the give up on your dreams? Do you even acknowledge it with a response?
I'm sitting here watching Harry Potter with a 65-year-old man. Yeah, I've given up.
I guess people just don't get it. I mean, there's so many ups and downs of your career. You know, it's like it goes from week to week, literally.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
And so it kind of sucks because sometimes you'll have those moments where you'll see family and they'll be like, "So what's going on? How's comedy?" And I wish but last month, like between Christmas and New Year's, I wasn't on the road until this weekend. So I wish I saw them last weekend. I was like, I'm going to Minneapolis next week. I had 2 of the shows or whatever. But this sometimes you'll see him and you're like, I'm just, I'm doing my podcast.
Then you have to explain what a podcast is. I don't know, Mark Maron. They're like, what's a Mark Maron? You're like, you know what?
They have no concept of like how this goes or like how long it takes to get anything going.
I don't know that I have a concept of that either because I thought I'd be doing way better by now.
But does he want you to give up or
no?
What if he follows up with that? Because I was thinking, we got an opening at the firm. I don't know what he does.
I wish. He doesn't want me to quit. I think he wants to make sure that I'm happy.
Sure.
Which is wild. I can't believe that you care. It's actually really nice that you care about my feelings. It's just so funny the way that you're asking.
Yeah.
Because I like New York a lot. My wife liked it too, but I definitely liked it more. So I think they're like, you're going to sneak off.
But don't you want your kid to be with someone who's like creative, whether it's, like music or something? I don't know. Don't you want your son-in-law to do something that's not have a 9 to 5?
I think there is a
don't you want a son-in-law who's fighting with trolls all day?
I was going to say, you want a son-in-law with no financial stability
who has to
whatsoever.
excuse himself from Thanksgiving to DM some guy.
Your son-in-law is giving out his address to a troll.
No health insurance, but definitely is like a good hang sometimes if he's not too moody. If he didn't bomb at an open mic or something. Yeah, that's what you want for your daughter.
Yeah. I got one guy gets so mad at me. He goes because my family's been on being Ian Fiennes
Yeah,
podcast
yeah,
a couple times. So he goes like, fuck you and your shitty family.
Your entire family's been on the podcast?
My wife and son.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
Aren't you scared of that for that exact reason?
No, because I feel like my kid is probably going to want to be in show business.
Sure.
Or something. He's probably going to want to do something cool. So, and I kind of feel like he can deal with it. He's strong enough to deal with it.
Hell yeah.
How,
You know,
how
He's got
old
a
is
strong
your
He's
kid?
2.5.
I know that.
He's 2.5, but I think that.
Already know.
That is funny.
But he's already like very confident.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that you might as well get him used to it. I feel like he can take it.
Sure.
When he was a baby, yeah, it was different. But now that
He's
he's
a toddler. He can walk a little
but now
bit.
that he can walk
He's
a little
almost
bit,
3.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time to pick.
I want to be like, you can take it.
You're
Yeah.
grooming him to take
Yeah.
over either the moving business or the comedy.
Yeah,
right? You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
have both, though.
Yeah.
He's the rightful heir to Out for Smokes.
Yeah.
Dude, your whole family is getting shots fired. So, because you said Deb has had
Yeah.
a video. Is it her name? People know her name.
Sure.
She's on the podcast.
Oh yeah, she's a public figure.
So she deserves
She's
it.
been on B and Ian.
She's seen the inside of Ian's
Yeah.
asshole. She
Yeah.
can have her name said on our
But,
podcast.
but I said to this guy, I made the mistake probably being like, don't talk about my family. And then he was like, yeah, your busted wife and your gremlin kid. And I quote tweeted, I said like, that's not even not even true.
You're like, my wife and my kid are both hot, you piece of shit.
They are. My kid's like the cute. I go, yeah, sure, buddy.
Yeah.
No, I have a gorgeous wife and a very cute kid.
Thank God.
God.
I think you did it.
I'm
though.
blessed. But it would suck if they were ugly.
If they were
'Cause you
right.
shouldn't even say it to an ugly person.
You don't, but you also don't post ugly people. I would never.
Sure.
If I was with a complete dog, I would never.
If you had like an ugly baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good. You keep your kid off the grid until you know for sure
That he
it's
wants
something
to be
you're
there.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't even like if I take a camera out. He doesn't always like it. He doesn't
Oh
always
my
want to be
God.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's like.
But then
so-
sometimes he's like a total ham. But I
Yeah.
think he knows when I'm trying to like get
Sure.
clout or promote a show or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't help
It's like,
daddy
yo, is
move
this for
some
fucking
tickets.
promo,
Yeah,
Dad?
yeah.
No, we're
Not
not
just
doing. Talk to
pushing
my
his
manager,
dates.
Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your wife ran into some trolls recently. Do you
wanna
want to
talk
talk
about
about
this
that?
Okay,
Because I
yeah.
find that very interesting. That she in the beginning like didn't really have a social media presence.
She always kind of did. She's a
Okay.
speech pathologist.
Okay.
So that's like a big world. She specializes in like feeding. I think speech and feeding. So she's always made speech therapy content, but it's like the most innocuous, vanilla. Like,
Yeah.
here's how to get your baby to eat asparagus.
Sure.
or stuff like that. She had a video. Kind of for some reason, this video went viral. Got
Yeah.
like 4 million views. She's up to like 60,000 followers on Instagram, which is like
Oh, on
pretty good.
Instagram.
You're a power couple,
Holy
dog.
shit.
I guess we're getting there.
This is
yeah,
crazy.
I'm thinking about starting a show with her, maybe.
You're,
Yeah.
And getting-
Camille Nanjiani and Emily,
Maybe.
whatever.
Yeah, but I'm Emily.
Well, people like you more then.
Yeah.
So.
I'm like,
Why did I do that?
because it's true.
People I've never met who I would just fucking.
Because she doesn't have a bunch of shit in her jaw. She doesn't have metal in her face to make her jaw square for some weird fucking reason. Because you need a completely square jaw to do Spider-Man jokes. Anyway, it is fun to be a hater. It's fun to hate on people.
Yes,
like,
it is.
and that's why these trolls are like, I can't believe you responded to
Right,
me.
yeah.
I'm nobody.
Yeah.
I'm the town.
Which that would be like you and the Kumail dynamic. You'd be like, I'm fucking nobody, Kumail. You're just
If
trashing.
Kumail
his
responded,
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah. I'll be like, oh man, I'm so sorry. I didn't make you see this.
I love the big sick. I don't even know why you.
yeah.
We're all
Yeah,
nobody to somebody. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so Deb putting herself out there.
So she's been getting like some just some nasty comments, and then also she recently had another woman try to like kind of attack one of her videos for like
Ooh.
misinformation or something, and sort of talk about like feeding people who are like grifters. Not that she's making any money,
Yeah.
but here's what happened, because it's like she'll explain it to me. There's discourse about tongue ties, if you should fix a baby's tongue tie, and so my kid had a tongue tie. We got it fixed, but then this other SLP made a video about like Is this interesting?
It
Yeah,
is
okay.
interesting.
Absolutely.
Do you mean
But it's not
tongue-tied
as-
like
it's not as-
someone who like stutters or something?
Like when there's connective tissue on the
Oh,
tongue.
I didn't
Like,
know that
my
was
kid
really a
couldn't, like-
thing.
my kid couldn't like stick his tongue out all the way when he was born, so we had to have it
Okay.
like lasered.
Never gonna make it in Brooklyn if you can't get your tongue out there. to
Right.
eat all that pussy.
right. Yeah, you have to. Son, this is Brooklyn. We eat pussy here.
We eat pussy. We eat
yeah.
ass. We're gonna fix your
We
fucking
eat
tongue.
pussy and ass.
That's his first
Doctor, will he
day
be
of
able to eat pussy and ass? Or would he say he can't eat pussy and ass?
Mike and Deb, I'm so sorry to say this, but your son's not gonna be able to eat pussy.
What? Oh no! She starts crying.
He's, he's looking at like test results. It's like cunnilingus is out of the question.
But we're the Recine family.
Yeah.
That's what our name means in Italian.
This does not happen to people like us.
It means I eat a pussy in Italian.
Okay. So tongue ties, that's that thing.
So then there was a New York Times article that came out saying like you don't have to correct the tongue tie, and then this other SLP was like, yeah, you don't have to correct a kid's tongue tie. But then my wife is like, well, when you're breastfeeding, if a kid's got a tongue tie, he's gonna go like. He's going to be biting your nipple, and it's very painful when you're breastfeeding. So that's why we had it corrected.
Yeah.
So she was like, "This bitch is gonna. If this bitch wants a war with me, like she's got one." You know?
Deb's like, I live in Brooklyn, bitch.
Yeah.
Come find me.
I have to fight this woman's husband, I guess.
Yeah. This
so-
other lady has had her tits bitten off by her kid.
Yeah.
What a child wants, a child gets. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this girl is like kind of annoying, and her whole thing is like debunking all the misinformation that's out there, and
Sure.
all the grifters, as you would call
Which
them.
is
But,
kind
like,
of a grift
well,
in
you're
itself.
you're trying to catch clout yourself.
100%. Which,
Yeah.
I get it. We're all online, but it is interesting to be like, I'm not like them. I'm different, but you
Yeah.
should still
Yeah.
demo me or whatever.
Which it's like, I understand you should call people out for whatever, but this girl's just like a kind of a pick me.
Sure.
And
I
it's
hate
very-
it when white people say
she's
this, but
very-
yes.
You do? Okay.
It's
All
not.
right.
It's not your fault.
All right, I'll stop.
It's not your fault.
I didn't even know that was like a racial thing.
It's like, well, because it'd be like I think it goes back to slavery. I don't know. I am
Does
making
it?
this part up, but I'm
goes
pretty
back
sure it
to
goes back to slavery.
Okay.
Where it's just like
I'm
that's
sorry.
like a pick me. Like this is like a pick me black person.
Yeah.
Where you get to be
I'm
a
sorry.
house.
This girl's kind of an Uncle Tom, if you will.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I don't like to police language, but thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
do.
You're welcome.
No, there's a
This
lot of
girl's
like
a real house slave, if you know what I mean. No, but
there's a lot of white women in Brooklyn who are calling each other pick me's right now, and it's like
Yeah.
fucking crushing me.
oh yeah,
So it's not
I didn't even
you.
know. Yeah,
It's crazy. It's just a weird thing where I'm like,
I
oh,
thought it was
that's
like a
us.
Gen Z thing.
Probably, but they're all racist. They all own slaves.
all racist,
Gen
yeah.
Z all own slaves. So that's
Gen Z
accurate.
rules. dude.
Gen Z would totally own slaves if you gave them the opportunity.
I've seen what
Yeah.
they do with fucking Sheen or whatever. They don't care.
They're
They
going to
don't care
own
about child
millennials.
labor.
Own millennials.
Fucking own me. Walk me like
Yeah.
a dog around your property. I'll
And
be yours.
they
I
would
don't
like
care.
find some kind of justification for it
Yeah.
using their shitty slang.
If I didn't have my dad on a leash,
Yeah.
he'd shit in the garbage. I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
I'm saying. I'm losing it already. I'm
We're
getting
working
mad.
for them for like reposts on their TikTok and shit.
They're like telling me I can't have slaves is chuggy or whatever.
Hilarious.
You know?
That's exactly
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not good. I don't think they're good people.
Oh,
Gen Z.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are good. I don't think any like generation is like good.
I go back and forth with it. There's some things I respect about. I respect how they don't come to work until 10 a.m.
I've adopted that. Honestly,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a pretty good.
I
I'm
got
like,
it. You-
oh,
yeah.
I feel young again. It's
Yeah, yeah,
12:30.
yeah.
I'm just getting up. That's
Yeah.
good.
We're such cucks. Like, we all
Sure.
had boomer parents
Yes.
and, they're like, oh, you get to work before everybody else
Yeah.
and stay late and work the hardest. And they're like, I'm not doing that
They're
shit.
like, what if we don't? And we get paid more.
Yeah.
We won't have water, but we've made more money than you. So who cares? We don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Even like your passion projects, we were like an hour late to this.
Yeah.
So we said we were going to be here.
Yes, we were.
And they're so quick to cancel everybody. Not
Yes.
that I,
Is that
I'm not
a
gonna be
Gen
this
guy.
Z
Talk about
thing,
this.
or is that just kind of across the board though?
I don't know. It seems from what I've heard, and I've heard this from someone who's like a history teacher
Sure.
at a high school, is that they have like very high standards.
Yes.
So they're less forgiving.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the worst part about them. They're the first generation with high standards. I
Yeah,
hate
yeah.
that. These pieces of shit.
Well,
Stick
but
down in the muck with the rest of
Yeah.
us.
But the art they're making isn't very good. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I would, for the most part, I would kind of like whatever pop
Yeah.
art. I feel like there's some pop shit that's Gen Z that's great.
Yeah.
It's all like trends. Like
yeah.
anything they do is like it's like a template almost. It's like template content now.
I feel. Can I just stop? I
feel
just feel bad today.
Why?
I just feel like I'm
Why?
bad on this
You're
fucking
doing
pod.
great.
I'm sitting
You're
here. I'm
doing
like,
great.
what the
I'm
fuck was I gonna say? Gen Z's gonna walk me like a dog, and I'll shit in the garbage. Like, what the fuck
Yeah,
was
that's
that?
good. Expand
fuck-
on that.
Okay.
I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing great. And
I'm having a
glad
blast
you're
shitting on Gen Z.
here. Nobody really does that anymore.
No. It's like
I was gonna ask you this.
no. They are like good people, but they're not as good as they think they are.
Yes,
is what
that
I would
is
like to
accurate.
say. Yeah.
That is absolutely true.
Self-righteous
Yeah.
to an extent.
Yeah.
You jokingly, maybe seriously, whatever, just mentioned canceling all this shit. I feel like you uncancelable. I feel like you said
Me?
you say the funniest, sometimes wild, but not always wild, but sometimes wild shit. I've never once have I really seen you get taken down. Like, 'cause I
had
feel
some
like you're
stuff.
always
I
on the
had a
right
few-
side of history.
I had a few tweets back in the day where I was a
Yeah.
little,
Sure.
where, I don't think it's not like nobody's like uncancelable. You just
Yeah.
have to have the right, I guess, perspective.
You got the move.
But I've
Yeah.
I've had days where like everybody was mad at me on Twitter.
Sure. Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's how you know you're doing something right.
yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Is that right?
No,
Like someone just
No,
took
I
a
said
picture outside
something.
my apartment pointing a gun at it. But I
Yeah.
guess I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
It's
I
pretty
said
good.
something kind of dumb, and then a lot of like feminists were like quote tweeting me, and I
Should we
was
bring it back up?
no,
Okay.
I just
Yeah.
said something stupid.
I got you.
Yeah.
No problem.
What was like?
What was the exact
No,
phrase
no,
that you
no,
said?
I'll tell you, but it's not that interesting.
It's not. I don't want to know what you said, but it's like, what was the? Did you do any like damage control with it? Like, did you like post something and apologize? Like, what was your?
I think I might have apologized to a few people like individually because I was like
Well,
defending myself.
That means more, honestly, when
Yeah.
you apologize individually instead of like a big blanket template apology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as long as your stuff is inclusive, you can,
Yeah.
like Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis is good at that.
Sure.
He's good at. He can talk about race, but it's everybody's like
Yeah.
he's not ostracizing anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The anyone can get it mentality is helpful. I feel
Yeah.
like.
That's like the key to any good comedy, really.
I don't think there is any good comedy.
There's not. Yeah. There's
I don't
not a lot of
really-
good comedy.
I don't know. There's not much, but
Yeah.
do we want to go through some comments we've been fucking?
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you want to?
Yeah, we got some stuff that we.
But the other thing with my wife too is what I
Yes.
wanted to say. So the comments that she gets are like, because her things about baby feeding. So she's gotten some comments where it's like, "How are you feeding the baby like that? I'm surprised it hasn't died."
Wow.
It's like so much more deranged. I'm surprised your baby hasn't died.
Does your wife have a hard time with any of that? Because like.
And then her boss got a comment that was like, "Use a spoon. That's disgusting." She was feeding her baby like avocado or something. And it was a baby, like a 4-month-old baby. He's eating it.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Did she have the avocado on her nipple and the baby was going to eat it out?
Yeah.
So her boss
good
is
idea.
Just
getting like
bouncing it on her ass. And the baby's eating it. No tongue tie for this one.
so her boss is getting overflow hate.
Or separate?
That was one comment.
Okay,
And then
okay.
and then she got a comment being like, "I'm surprised that baby hasn't died." And it's like it just looks like some deranged boomer with a private account.
How long does
I go,
Deb
"Let me
sit with
do
stuff
some-"
like this? Is she like?
Well,
is it
that's
like a
funny
week-long thing?
because she was like sort of arguing with somebody, but I was like, "You got to come eat dinner." I made dinner. And she's like, "I'm fighting." I'm like, "I don't let you know a tenth of this hate that I get." I'm like, "I keep it in." I'm like, "Oh, sorry, you can't handle being a public figure, sweetheart." I got to do that.
Get in here and eat this fucking food.
Yeah.
I'll take care. You go on.
Yeah.
You make a new profile.
I was like Tony. I was like, "Oh, boo, you got some hate on the internet." She's like when Carmela buys the spec house. "Oh, I feel so bad for you. Oh, they said you don't know how to feed a baby." I can't really do Tony Soprano.
Honestly, I think you had it for a little bit for sure.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for you. I feel like you really hit your groove. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You're Italian. It's in there somewhere. You want to do something?
But I got to be like, "Oh, boo-hoo." I got to be like, "Oh, boo-hoo. Deb's getting some hate on the internet."
Did you really? You didn't actually say that. Though.
Kind of, because it's like, I'm like, I get it all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't, if I told you about every
Yeah.
mean comment that I got, it would be all day.
And she's seen like exponential growth too. She's not just getting randomly trolled. It's because she's blowing up, and I assume
It's
like
because she's blowing up, and then
Yeah.
other creators are trying to like, trying to like do takedowns of her.
yeah, absolutely.
So after you were like, boo hoo, you're getting shit on the internet, what did she throw at you?
I
meant
forget.
physically. I just assumed she threw a blender at you or something.
Yeah.
she just compared follower counts.
Yeah.
She's like, it took
what
me
she-
one video, motherfucker.
Well, what? Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm still at like 15,000, which is pathetic. She's like, when are you gonna bring in some followers to this household? Yeah, but yeah. So she made a video about like chewing is actually related to speech. Like if a kid practices chewing, he's actually practicing speech. And this girl commented like, "Oh yeah, there's actually no evidence that that's true." Like I guess she's like a little teacher's pet. I'll show you her profile.
Sure.
Wouldn't it
After
be
the
funny
thing.
if you found out that your wife was just making all of it up? Like she just completely was like, yeah, I actually had no idea. I was just fucking
Well,
around.
this woman's opinions don't pay her bills. Okay, daycare is $2,300 a month. Oh, you think I'm a grifter? Oh, you think I'm a grifter?
No.
Why don't you? I don't give a shit. You know?
Fucking got
That's
him.
it.
Yeah,
That's
got him.
our comment. We're writing that back to him. That's pretty good.
I don't give a shit.
You know what? I don't give a shit.
No, my wife's not a grifter.
No, your
But
wife's
if
not a
somebody,
grifter.
If somebody thinks that, I don't care.
Yeah, I know. I just think
know?
it would be
Yeah.
honestly hilarious if,
Yeah.
like, on her deathbed, she was like, "Yeah, no, I made all this up. None of this was research. I didn't go to
That's okay,
college,
honey.
Yeah, you're like, you're putting the pill. in.
Yeah. You smother her. Yeah.
Thank you for all that.
Yeah, I don't have a master's degree.
Let's read some trolls
That's
though.
some fucking trolls, dog.
About me?
Yeah.
We yeah.
Oh yeah, this is YouTube.
Mike, but real quick, well, we pulled them from different places.
Okay.
But did you get a new one you want to talk about today too? I feel like we've left you out on this.
Oh no, you didn't leave me out at all. You didn't talk. Oh yeah, your in-laws.
Yeah,
kind of dunked on you.
Everybody who loves me actually kind of secretly hates me. Yeah,
Just
that's not
last
true.
night at a.
But
at
why
a-
did he say, "Have you given up on your dream"?
Yeah.
I think he was just old Midwest man digging into his heart, just wondering if I'm okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It truly
But you're
kind of
like,
came out of
the fact that you think that makes me like bums me out.
Well, it's
Yeah.
that classic parent question, right? Where they mean well, but
Yeah.
they say it in the most hurtful way possible.
yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just got to take it for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
He means well. He just cut you to your core, and you'll be thinking
Yeah.
about it. for
We
months.
just I just kind of sat there and I was like, my favorite's Prisoner of Azkaban.
yeah. My grandfather one time, like after seeing a show, he was like, I don't think I'm gonna come to these anymore. Like the day after, he was like, I have to, we have to be honest with you. Some of the vulgarity, I don't think I'm gonna come see you anymore. I'm like, fuck you.
You don't understand my art.
You don't understand comedy at all.
Fucking Patrice walked his own grandparents. I don't need your
Yeah,
ass.
exactly. Yeah.
How many years
Crack
you
ass
even got
bitch.
left?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like that stuff hurts, but these people don't know anything.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him. It's fine. It's just a funny thing.
I just don't understand this idea of like clean comedy, because the comedy, whatever you're doing, you're like subverting something.
Sure.
You're subverting some kind of idea. So I don't think there's much of a difference between clean comedy and dirty comedy.
Yeah, there's just certain
Yeah.
words that some people can't they can't wrap
Yeah.
their they
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
They
viscerally
can't
whatever.
take it, yeah.
One makes money and the other doesn't.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
there's
right,
one
right.
major difference.
Yeah.
One you're guaranteed to sell out shows everywhere.
But clean comedy still has the potential to be like offensive or
Absolutely, yeah.
like there's people who are offended by Nate Bargatze's stuff or
Yeah. I was talking to someone earlier this week, and they said they were doing a road gig in like somewhere, I think Wisconsin maybe. And the guy was like, "Hey, it's a clean show," and he goes, "No, and no sarcasm." He said, "No sarcasm."
What?
And then he was talking to the comedian later. He's like, "Yeah, I saw Bob Hope and whatever," and he's like, "Didn't like it. Wasn't for me. He was too sarcastic."
How old
He was
is
too
this
sarcastic.
motherfucker?
What did
I
he
don't
want
know
the
how
show
he
to
had
be?
to be so.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. You get a
Hey
magician
guys,
then.
do you like apples? Make some noise for apples.
just questions and clapping?
No sarcasm.
Eliminate the whole basis for stand-up comedy. The whole foundation.
This this comedian.
Please don't be snarky.
Yeah.
Please
yeah.
don't. No setup punchline.
You know what's really offensive? That thing that Jim does on The Office when he makes a joke.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like, that's a sin.
No furrowed
Which it kind of is
brows.
because he's just being mean to a special needs guy.
The Office is brutal. Absolutely, no question. The comedian was
Jim.
James Wells. You know James Wells.
He told you to.
The guy who was talking to the comic.
Oh, okay.
James Wells was the comedian, and this is like a guy who's like a little bit rough around the edges.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Is definitely sarcastic at the very least.
Yeah.
So he was just like, I don't know what to do for 45 minutes or whatever. But-
He was doing
that crazy?
45 with no sarcasm.
yeah. Felt like 60.
Wait, were you there?
I wasn't there. No, I wasn't there. Okay, comments. Let's do some comments.
Let's do some comments.
This is a free flowing podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's from Sindoc N99. He's funny and he has a Ben Affleck smile when he's laughing at his own jokes.
Yeah.
So do you get Ben Affleck a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
He's a good looking guy. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even
Doesn't
like
bother me.
now with all the Dunkin' Donut outside his door memes going
Yeah,
around.
he's a
the-
pretty well liked figure,
the
I think.
the Phoenix back tattoo.
Oh yeah.
It's brutal.
I just
Yeah,
think,
but he's a good guy.
yes.
There's
You'd
worse-
rather get Ben than Casey.
Sure.
This guy looks like Jennifer Garner. Lip filler ass.
So it's always interesting when people catch on to a thing. This has happened before. We've had someone who they were like, this guy sounds like Jerry Seinfeld or whatever.
yeah.
It's like
And
multiple
Adam
people.
Sandler.
And
Well,
Adam
and also
Sandler.
if you let them know that a certain thing bothers you,
Sure.
Yeah.
then you can't you can't do that.
I definitely see part of the Affleck family in there. I get it.
Yeah.
Ben, no, you're better looking than Ben. I'll
Thanks.
give you that.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, another hey, that was funny, Mr. Elf Ears Ben Affleck.
Okay. Yeah, those are all the same
Yeah,
thing.
they're kind of
Usually
clumped
we-
together. Yeah.
You know, these are some of the ones.
Yeah.
don't
I mean,
know.
the problem that I have is these people give you so little of themselves. you
Yeah.
know? But
Yeah.
sometimes when they do, I think it's fair game to go after their families if there's a picture of them.
I agree.
in their
I
profile
actually do
picture.
agree.
Yeah, because I think it's like my my hero Donald Trump said.
Yeah.
When people,
Junior or
He says-
senior?
senior.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he
Friend
said
of the podcast.
he said when people hit me, I hit them back 10 times harder.
Yeah.
So people are afraid to bully
Sure.
Trump, obviously, because
Sure.
you can't.
Yeah.
He's the master.
He's
So
undefeated.
I remember one time I tweeted something and some guy was like, geez, Mike, are you ever funny? And then so I went on it. I clicked on his profile picture. His profile picture was him and his wife on their wedding day. And I go, just so you know, your wife is a 6. I'm not being mean. That's just an objective fact.
That happened
And
to
he blocked me. He blocked me. Which
Really?
but I'm sure I ruined his day.
Oh, for
Sure.
sure. No
You know?
question.
Yeah.
There's a football player.
But don't
who
try
did
to ruin
something
mine.
similar. Yeah, he came at you first.
Yeah.
Come at
Yeah.
the king, you're gonna get hit. You know what it is.
I'm not the king, but
Come at the prince, you're gonna get
yeah.
Come at the
punched.
Duke.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Come with the Duke, you're gonna get
I'm
dumped
like
on.
the Secretary of Labor of comedy.
You're like, if your paperwork comes to me, I could reject it.
Yeah,
you don't
for
know
sure.
what can happen.
This is a comment about I
Do
think
you remember where you pulled some of these from?
so the
What does this one say? Stupid.
yeah
I don't think we're supposed
the,
to show all
Oh,
of
okay.
these.
the first two are from your
Stupid outfit.
your Conan sets.
I think we were gonna not. show
Couldn't get
some.
over his ears.
yeah.
Fine.
This feels bad. This is not
think it
how
was-
the podcast is.
I
supposed
did
to
wear
go.
a.
I don't
You're
think
just reading-
Mike cares.
Well, we were gonna pick 3 of these.
I did
right?
wear a red leather jacket on my second Conan.
That's
was
what
interesting.
people had
Of
a
course.
problem with.
They had
There,
a problem with
there
it.
was another. There was one comment where it was like, "This would have been a way better set if he would have dressed like a hipster, like every other white male comedian."
I don't validate those.
I
Those
guess
aren't
it didn't really work for me. I don't know. I'm not.
Can I ask
cool
the,
like
the
that.
decision behind the jacket?
Yeah, I got it, and I was like, maybe I'll wear that because I did a Comedy Central special that
Yeah.
year, and I said maybe I'll wear the jacket for this.
Yeah.
And it looks like the jacket Ray Liotta wears in Goodfellas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, I'm Italian. I think I can pull this off, but it's not. It's just too distracting.
I
all
think
right.
you did. I didn't think it was
Yeah?
very distracting. Yeah, I thought you looked great.
I kind of like, but I think everybody does that. But I think you can't overdress for comedy. There's
No.
something, and you see that a lot. People, they're like, oh, it's my special. I got to wear like a special shirt that's leopard printed or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
an expensive shirt, and it's
Yeah.
just it just doesn't work because it should be
Sure.
about the ideas.
you
Yeah.
can't
And
go.
you got to look as normal as possible.
You can't go
Absolutely.
different than what you
No.
whatever. You got to dance with whatever brought you there. You
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
fucking wear. If you're hoodies the entire time, it's
Yeah.
got to be hoodie. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, it has
gotta
to be.
be- yeah, yeah. For
If
the
you're-
special, yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
doing a full suit after being a sweatpants comedian, people are gonna know. They're gonna be like, something
What's he
weird is
do-
going on with
yeah.
his dick. Or
What's he
whatever.
doing? Yeah.
Yeah. Shouts out to the sweatpants comedians out there.
It's more than
true
I.
This guy
heroes.
said stupid outfit, perfect set. That's such a weird.
Yes. People generally like your comedy. I want you to know that.
Dude,
it's never
it is
the
like
issue.
95 to 5% almost. Like people love your comedy.
Yeah.
Like it was tough digging these up.
Okay.
Like I had to search the bowels.
The day after I did it, my mom was like, she goes, I was reading the comments and they're mostly positive.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
would you read? Yeah. Joe List was telling me one time he saw a comment that he's always remembered. It said like on my first one, he was like, "This guy is great, like calm, collected, great material. If I did stand up, I'd do it exactly like him."
Here's one. It's a response to you sharing a link to Out for Smokes, your podcast. Great podcast.
Thanks.
It's from the Lorax. Do you have a link where I don't have to see the people?
I'm pretty hard at the.
Yeah.
That's fine. Well, that's what I'm saying. I missed the audio only days of.
Yeah.
What is he saying? That we're ugly? I mean, I don't know.
Pretty much. Yeah.
At the very least, not
I
for
think
them.
he's a Patreon subscriber, though. I feel
Yeah,
like I've seen.
I think it was a Patreon link, right?
Might have been. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's like,
Everybody ages.
yeah, you're not, you guys aren't ugly either.
Yeah.
You're not ugly.
No, Scott looks great.
Scott. Shout out Scott
You guys are
Chaplin.
I know. Sean has like no muscle mass. And he'll come in to do the show and he'll bring like his dinner. It'll be like a juice and like a bar. So I think that's what he's eating for dinner.
He's just emaciated.
Yeah. I'm like, you gotta.
How old is he?
He's like 35. He's
Oh.
a year younger than me.
Well,
Yeah.
everyone's working through something. Here we go. Unpopular opinion. I thought he was pretty great. Comedy doesn't always need to be loud and charismatic.
Yeah. You find your style.
Is that a mom troll or a regular troll?
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a mom comment almost.
Yeah.
Because it starts with a compliment and ends with something pretty mean. Ben's so worried, right?
It doesn't need to be loud though.
Yeah.
But you can be charismatic without. First of all, I'm not charismatic, but you can be charismatic without being loud.
Is charismatic and charming are two different things, right?
I think so.
I think you're pretty charming. I think that's really helpful.
Thanks.
For everything you do.
You said I'm not charismatic.
Well, I wrote that comment. Do you know that?
Who's the most charismatic person that you know or that you've met?
I feel like Ashton Womack. I feel like he's pretty charismatic. Just off the top of my head, Ollie.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll meet somebody who's like sort of famous, and you go like, "Oh, I get why you're famous."
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's almost that's like a different thing.
Swartzen's kind of like that.
There's like a gravity where you're kind
Kevin
of pulled
Smith
into them.
is really like
Yeah.
that. kid.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
Is he?
He's been to
Yeah.
Acme, did like the where he does the speech or talks for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
He's like one of the most charismatic and like motivational dudes. You want to start a podcast after you listen to him?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I guess like Jack Nicholson is very.
Gary V.
Yeah.
Gary V's the
Everything
most.
you're doing sucks.
Who else is charismatic? But who's like, who's
Yeah, that's a good-
charismatic?
I don't
Donald
know.
Trump, I guess.
he,
Obviously.
has to have something. 'Cause,
Absolutely, yeah. Bringing it
He's
back to
definitely
Uncle
not
Donnie.
charming, but charismatic, I think.
Yeah.
He's a personality for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the most famous person I met and if I felt like they were
Obama, I guess, would be the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's charismatic and charming. If they're
Yeah.
not the same thing, he's both.
Okay.
And he's black, so he wins. It's
What's
fine.
the fucking difference between charisma?
I don't know. We determined early on that there was a difference, so I'm going with
I
that.
think charismatic, there's more of an energy to it. There's more of
like
like
you
a,
come into a room, you're bouncing,
Yeah,
you're
the
shaking
room
hands.
lights up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's drawn to you.
Damn, you said Obama. I started with Ashton Womack.
It's like who the fuck are you
My
talking
friend
about?
I know who's in comedy. He's doing great. But yeah.
Trevor Noah. I saw him at a festival once, and he was like, I sort of met him, and I was like, this guy's pretty charismatic.
I believe that. That
Yeah.
makes sense. That's just not who I'm not that person. I don't know that I'm either of those things.
Speaking of Trevor Noah, who would you have a pick for a replacement on the Daily Show?
Hold on, what the fuck?
Well, I don't know. It's just interesting. They're looking for someone.
Why is that a question?
Because he's in the world of comedy.
So are you?
Jon
Yeah.
Stewart's coming back though.
Yeah, Jon Stewart's coming back.
I
least
think
for one show,
my
like,
pick
one
would be
show.
Roy Wood, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
Roy Wood Jr.
it's Jon
Oh,
Stewart.
yeah.
but he's not. He's like they said like fuck you to him.
Roy was like, "Hey, I actually really like it here, and I'm pretty good, and I think a lot of people would like
and
to
there's
have me."
a Comedy Central exec was taking a shit, and he FaceTimed him. Yeah, and he said, "Hey, Roy Wood, you'll never host the Daily Show."
We already did one of you black sons of bitches once. We're never doing it again.
Yeah. He was told no in the most. Yeah.
Roy was like, "Hey, I'll do it for free." And they're like, "Why don't you go back to Africa, actually? How about that?"
Yeah.
Okay, that was too far. That's such a crazy. I can't believe that's so funny that was that just on your mind?
Well, when we brought up Trevor Noah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But some people I've seen some people
Ben
say
is
that like
so alarmed by that question.
It is so like not who you are as a person.
What do you mean?
I'm worried about you. Are you okay?
I want to host the Daily Show.
There it is.
why not?
There it is,
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah.
Get me in there. Get
Okay.
someone
I'm trying to think
toothy
who
in
would
there.
be good though.
To
I don't
host
know.
it doesn't.
Michelle Wolf might be good.
Yeah, I mean she's done it. She's got hosted.
Yeah.
We're cutting this out. We're not talking
Fucking
about
All right.
Tim Dillon, dude. Why
Tim
not?
Dillon would be cool. That'd
Why
be
not?
sweet,
That
yeah.
would be fucking awesome.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
That'd be
It'll never
destination
happen,
viewing.
but yeah,
No.
that'd be awesome.
That's so funny.
He basically
yeah.
dwarfs their numbers with his podcast anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It'd be a
Speaking
step
of
down.
families, have you guys seen the video of Tim Dillon like going off on his aunt?
Yes.
His aunt left like a nasty comment on one of his photos.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the funniest things you'll ever see. He just goes off. It's on YouTube. It's just,
Yeah.
if you search Tim Dillon, keep my name out of your mouth.
Yeah.
It's just him like shitting on his aunt for
Yeah.
like 10 straight minutes. And it's great.
We gotta
Yeah.
get Tim on the pod now.
Get Tim on the pod.
Ask him who he thinks should host the Daily Show.
That's our closing question every time.
Should we try to come back? Do you want to fire back at one of these, or do you have any other ones?
I think we covered them all. Mike, is there a certain one you think?
Can't get over his ears. I don't
Yeah.
know what to do about that.
Is
And
that
we will
you-
post this
yeah.
from our
Surgery.
official. We will come back with we'll come up with a comeback, and we'll post it from our page.
What if you saw me one day? I was like, hey guys, notice anything different? I got my ears done.
He got his ears lobbed
Just
off.
no ears at all. Just two
Yeah,
holes.
Just holes. Yeah.
I got my
Yes.
ears stuck to the sides of my head.
Well, you got them pinned back. That's a
I
thing.
got my ears pinned back.
like
yeah.
a dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're our dog.
Yeah.
I kind of want to come. I kind of want to come at the.
That doesn't bother me though. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. Fuck that. I don't want to give them the satisfaction. The one of the.
I think the loud and charismatic
But see,
one.
these
Yeah.
people, they have the hearts of bullies. They want to, they want to tear you down, and you can't let them,
Yeah,
because you can find something about anybody,
That's true.
absolutely.
anybody's appearance.
Yeah, so that's
So
why
you
I don't
gotta
like
tell
to do
yourself that
appearance
you're
thing.
beautiful every morning.
That's your comeback.
Yeah, I tell myself
Okay.
I'm beautiful every single morning.
Okay, here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So that's a good. I like that. That's a good starting point. Maybe we do the ears. Okay. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you don't like these ears?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who would love to fuck these ears. What
Yeah,
about that?
yeah, yeah.
But
Throw
I
that
think
out
a
there?
bully wants you to feel bad about yourself.
Yeah.
Because they
You
feel
can't.
bad about
Okay.
themselves.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe
like-
bring their mom into it, you know?
Did you click on any of these profiles?
Yeah.
Did you see any of that?
My ears are fucked up because your mom was gripping them when I was tonguing her clit.
Right.
You dumb fuck.
Which that's kind of an overused comeback.
Your mom.
The I fucked your mom.
Okay.
But
Sometimes
how
I'll
about
go
tonguing
like,
your mom, though?
Sometimes I'll go like I blew your dad, because that's like
I
more
like it.
degrading.
Yes, I do
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What about because
Your dad.
Your dad was gripping him as he skull fucked me.
Because imagining your dad being gay is like hurts a little bit more, but that's gonna lose steam. I think.
Oh, their world would...
Your mom is meaningless now. You know.
What about grandma?
After 20 years of your mom, no.
I think dad is the best, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you,
wife
you
would
don't,
still-
you don't like.
wife would still hurt me, and then if you go after somebody's kids, you're like a monster.
Sure.
Yeah.
But Yeah.
Yeah.
But mom means nothing.
Your dad
So
didn't have
dad.
a problem with these when he was gripping them to skull fuck me? Is that-
Yeah.
We'll post.
that
We'll
what we wanna
post that
post?
from the troll hole pods.
Your dad told your mom he was working late, and he went to a.
He went to hold on to these ears. And
And your kid is a 6.
Your dad. Yeah.
Yes, Neil with the save. Neil with the save.
Your dad has been living a lie for 38 years in marriage.
Your dad made a glory hole in the McDonald's bathroom.
your dad, who's been living a lie for 38 years, loves these ears.
Yeah.
And your kid is a 6.
Love it.
That's pretty good. I think that we can do that. We'll post that.
So no skull fuck in there.
Mike, do you have any
Plugs, Mike?
Anything you want to plug?
Yeah.
Yeah, check
Podcast?
out my podcast, Out for Smokes, please. Follow me on Instagram if you can, at Mike Recine Comedy. I'm very close to 15,000 followers,
There
which
you
is
go.
dog shit, but it would be a big deal for me to make it to 15K. And I got some road dates coming up. I don't know when this comes out, but I'll be in
February, probably.
February. So I'll be in, I got Raleigh, I got Chicago, I got Cincinnati coming up. And yeah, that's it. Good to be here.
Thank you so much for being here.
Excellent.
We appreciate it. Do you
Thanks
have
for having
anything you want to say?
Send in your own trolls to trollholepod@gmail.com and follow me on all socials at Just Mike Lester. Ben and I will be hitting the road in March pretty heavily, so come out, support us there.
Yeah, dog.
It's so fun doing the road with somebody.
Yeah,
And not doing it alone.
it's the best.
Like co-headlining is awesome if you can
That's-
find
that's
someone.
what we're
that's
doing.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna give it a go. See what happens.
Can't wait.
You just
Uh,
want to kill yourself so much less. No, I'm just. No, it's great, but,
I mean, that's
but
real. That's so.
That
fucking-
is real, yeah.
absolutely.
yeah,
Kill
having
yourself.
a buddy,
with
having
fast
a buddy
food.
to do it with.
Yeah, it's
nice.
We could kill each other. You know,
Sure.
It'd be great. You can follow me at Shaq Katzner on everything. I got a weekly show in Minneapolis called Darlings. It's a reboot of the show that I did in New York because I couldn't think of a better name. And it's every Thursday, 9
Also,
p.m.
Ben lied on me on a podcast.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, what did I lie about?
Well, you just said that I had car trouble when I just got a flat tire, but
Isn't
it's
that,
all right.
Isn't that car trouble?
Kind of, not really.
No.
A flat tire is just a flat tire.
Yeah. It's an inconvenience.
I don't know.
You're full of shit, Ben.
Yeah.
Did you wait the entire time to breathe?
No. It's actually not a big deal. But it was funny hearing somebody
Yeah.
like tell a story about me, and he was like, "Yeah, Mike Recine had car trouble."
Yeah.
And we were looking at his car together, and I had to.
We were
pretend-
looking at your car
yeah.
together.
No, I know, but but car trouble implies like I don't take care of my car.
I don't think so. Do you think that?
But a flat tire is not really car trouble.
That's not very. Yeah, I
forget-
agree with that. It's not really car
But
trouble.
it's. I don't
All
even know
right, so
why.
Mike
I don't even know
Recine's
why
a
I brought it.
racist,
I don't
and
even
then,
know.
I like that you brought that
I don't
up.
even know why I brought it up.
That's a good
I don't mind that you
outro.
brought
It's
it
not
up.
even
It's
a big
so
deal.
funny to do it in the middle of my plugs.
Yeah.
By the way, Ben lied on me.
By the way,
I'm sorry that
Ben's
I lied about
barely
you on the
making it
podcast. It's funny because I knew you would hear it.
Yeah.
Because you listened to
Yeah.
the, well, it's Brittany Cardwell and Allie O'Neill's podcast. Worthless Clowns, good podcast. We've both been on it.
Podcast, yeah.
You can listen to my episode where I call Mike a bad guy. But you should check it
You
out.
said I don't know how to take care of my car.
Yeah, and then I was all, they cut out the part where I was like, and he's a bad dad, you're a bad husband.
That stuck with Mike so long.
He
Dude.
needs to eat a lasagna, fatso. He's got shitty ears. So.
Well, that's the pod, everybody. We love you.
We'll see you next time.
You gotta pay the trolls
See ya.
all to get in.